If you've ever felt like you're trying as hard as you can on offense to score points, but it's only making things worse, then chances are that you trying that hard is actually the problem. What if I told you that resting more and being more patient is the biggest key to you scoring more points, and it's actually going to make scoring feel easier than ever? Now, before we dive into that, I have a quick question for you, and it's going to sound kind of random, but I promise you that I'm going to tie it back into basketball in a minute. On average, how many hours per day does a Lion spend resting? Now, if you answered 16 hours per day, you're incorrect. If you answered 18 hours per day, you're also incorrect. But if you answered 20, then you're spot on. The average Lion spends about 20 hours per day resting. That's over 80% of the day. And the crazy thing about that is that they are considered the king of the jungle. They're one of the most iconic animals out there. And when we say king of the jungle, we mean that they're the top of the food chain. No other animals are hunting them, but they are the ones who are hunting everybody else. So then the question arises, how are they able to be the king of the jungle? How can they be so respected when most of the day they spend resting and doing nothing? The answer is that they save their energy for the best moments to attack. They know that at this time each day, it's going to be the easiest for them to hunt down a gazelle or hunt down a stray hyena or a stray buffalo. You would never see a pride of lions just sprinting around the savannah all day, frantically looking for something to eat. They're patient and they wait for the best opportunities, and then they use all of their energy. And because of that, they're the kings of the jungle. The problem is a lot of players are the exact opposite of that. They want to be that apex predator. They want to be top of the food chain. They want to be the go-to scorer, but they are sprinting around all game, frantically looking for the next opportunity. And because of that, they're trying way too hard, and that prevents them from actually being successful and consistent as a scorer. Like I said, I'm gonna tie this back into basketball. I actually started thinking about this week because earlier in the week, I had a workout with my high school team, and we were working on some offense. We were playing 5-on-5, and our offense was just struggling. And it wasn't a struggle because we lacked skill. It wasn't a struggle because we lack athleticism or experience or any of that. The issue was that we were trying so hard. Every time that someone would catch the ball, they would think, okay, well, can I drive left? Can I drive right? Do I shoot it? Okay, I'm going to go left, or I can't go that way anymore. Now, can I make a play going to my right? And then they couldn't. They moved the ball. The next person would think the exact same thing. It was like every time that they touched the ball, they had to make a play right there. And I tried to explain to them, the way that we're going about this is making the game so much harder. And that's the paradox of it all. The harder you try, the more resistance you're going to face when it comes to actually being successful and scoring the way that you want to. The reason for that is this. The first time that you touch the ball on offense is going to be the most difficult time for you to score. Very simply, it's because when you first touch the ball, it's usually early in the possession and your defender hasn't had to move. They pretty much just go and guard you on the ball, and that's it. They're in pretty good defensive position. There's not much of an advantage for you to attack. But if you move the basketball and they have to rotate to the other side of the floor and play help defense, and then the ball gets back to you a second time, well, now you've made them move and come back to you. So the likelihood of them making a mistake, of them closing out really hard and creating an advantage is so much higher. And the best players are not looking to score every second the ball is in their hands. They're looking for the best advantage to attack. And if they don't have it, if they don't love it, they're going to move the ball and be patient, knowing that there's a good chance they're going to have a better situation the next time that they get it. Now, this goes into maybe the biggest key you need to understand if you want to be a high-level scorer, and that's that the best players are hunting for advantages to attack, and that is what sets off a red flag in their mind that they need to attack. Now, advantages are simple. All that it means is that the defense is doing something that makes them less than their best, and you can exploit that weakness that they're showing. Now, the most simple example of this is what we would call momentum advantage. This just means the example I was explaining earlier where you have the ball, you move it, your defender has to go in to help, and then the ball comes back to you, whether it's off of a skip pass or it's off of a swing or whatever, and they have to close out to you. A defender who can successfully go from help to closing out to the basketball, taking away the shot and not getting beat, that's the most difficult thing that a defender will do ever. And so those are the best opportunities for you to be aggressive. So if you know I'm waiting to see a momentum advantage, and that's when I know that I'm going to have an opportunity to drive, you're going to be so much more successful. Much like the lion, they don't need to spend all day out hunting. They know if I wait for a certain opportunity, I'm going to have a really high chance of being successful. Same thing for you. You're hunting for that momentum advantage. The other aspect of that is when you're patient, you made the defense move, there's way more of a chance that they're going to mess something up. They're going to switch something. They're going to miscommunicate, and it's going to lead to a mismatch, whether that be a defender who is slower than you who comes and guards you, or a defender who's smaller than you comes and guards you. That's another advantage, that mismatch that we can look to attack. And we can create that more often than not when we're being patient. The number one sign of a high IQ basketball player is their ability to be patient and their understanding of what it is that they actually want to hunt. Because if you're just going out into games and you have no idea of what you're looking for, you're never going to be consistent and you're never going to be that apex predator, that top of the food chain scorer that you want to be, because you're just aimlessly floating out there hoping that good things happen, and that's a terrible place to be. So my challenge to you is this: stop thinking you need to be on go mode all the time and be willing to be in patient mode. Go out there specifically looking to hunt those advantage situations, and if you don't have one currently, be willing to move the ball, be patient, knowing that the next time you touch it, it's going to be easier for you to have an advantage. Now, we dive even deeper into advantages, into scoring, into how to be a high IQ player in my free 28-day basketball IQ email course down below. Every single day, I'll send you a lesson from this course that's going to take you between 2 or 3 minutes, super quick to read, but we've gotten incredible feedback, incredible results so far from so many different players. I literally am getting messages every single day about players who are taking the stuff that we're talking about and implementing it into their game. Like I mentioned, advantages are a big part of that, and we go even deeper into it inside of this course. That's the top link down below, completely free. Make sure you check that out. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this. Let me know if this helps you at all. Appreciate you for watching. Talk soon. Peace.